Batting 11th, number 19, Kieran Henry, the second baseman. Batting 12th, the right fielder, number 12, Liam Bombardier. The coaches, Lucas Kreiderman, Ryan Boyle, and the manager, Kevin Ellis. Now introducing the Oakville Whitecaps, leading off for the Whitecaps, number 4, the shortstop, Lake Cosentino. Batting second, today's starting pitcher, number 24, Logan Harvey. Batting third, the catcher, number 6, Jackson Vale. Batting fourth, the left fielder, Thomas Loeffler. Batting fifth, number 12, Josh Wynn. Batting sixth, the second baseman, Caleb Sutherland. Batting seventh, the third baseman, number 27, Matthew Hurwitz. Batting eighth, number 13, the first baseman, Jack Carson. Batting ninth, number 18, the right fielder, Sam Doyle. Batting 10th, number 26, Nishan Dillon. And batting 11th, number 5, Evan Wynn. And on the injury list, unfortunately, number 8, Branson McKean. The coaches, Jason Harvey, Sam Cosentino, and Scott Bale.
We're only doing the one? We don't. There we go. Beautiful.
I'll bring them with the mic.
Right here. Yeah. You know what? You can do this right through here. They're going to go here.
And now please, if we would all remove our hats, rise if you are able to, we will do the national anthem. And now I'd like to invite from Cornwall, Ronan Boyle to do the English pledge, and from Oakville, Matthew Hurwitz to do the French pledge, and from Cornwall, Haley Ellis Poirier to do the French parent pledge, and from Oakville, Colleen Semkew to do the Oakville English pledge.
Just gotta get the mic coming around here. All right, folks.
Do I get to read it before?
You can read it right off the thing.
You can do it, you can do it.
Check one.
The parent one's harder.
No. English first?
English first, Ronan. And
No, Ronan this side.
You're doing this one? All right, I'll do this one. Last, right there.
I trust in God.
Turn it on.
Is it on?
There it is. Put it up there.
I trust in God. I love my country. And will respect it. No?
Turn it on.
Is the mic on?
The button here.
Is it clicked in at the
There it
bottom?
Yeah, it was.
I trust in God. I love my country and will respect its laws. I will play fair and strive to win. But win or lose, I will always do my best.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Up here. You can do the French one?
Yeah.
Here we go. All yours.
Je crois en Dieu, j'aime mon pays et je respecte les lois. Je jouerai honnêtement et j'essaierai de gagner, mais que je gagne ou non. Je ferai toujours de mon mieux.
Good job.
Okay. Now,
She's
French
English.
pledge. You're doing English French pledge? Right there. Yours. Do that.
I will teach all children to play fair and do their best. I will positively support all managers, coaches, and players. I will respect the decisions of the umpires. I will praise a good effort despite the outcome of the game.
Thank you so much.
J'enseignerai à tous les enfants à jouer avec fair play et à faire de leur mieux. Je soutiendrai positivement tous les managers, entraîneurs et joueurs. Je respecterai les décisions des arbitres. Je féliciterai les efforts fournis, quel que soit le résultat du match.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right, fellas, let's play ball.
Cap, you got our lineup?
So it would be Rush.
Yeah, just remind her to bring it up.
I'll try.
Thank you. There you go.
One guy with a bat, gentlemen. One guy with a bat.
One more important question, guys. Yes, sir. Yep. Yeah.
Right. There we go.
Leading up the ball game for Cornwall Rats, number 44, Ronan Boyle.
Hello and welcome here to Cricket Field. It's day 2, game 2 of the 2026 Eastern Canadians Intermediate Championships here in Kingston. And it's between the Oakville Whitecaps and the Cornwall River Rats. The River Rats, well, both these teams, first of all, on different ends of the win column. The River Rats had a 22-0 loss yesterday against the Trois-Rivières Blackbirds. You know, looking to bounce back significantly after that. And while on the side of Oakville, they took an 8-7 thrilling win over the Kingston Colts in Game 3, the 5 o'clock game yesterday. So looking to build off that nail-biter and try to improve the 2-0, still perfect in the tournament. Hello, everybody. My name is Jacob Ewington alongside producer Rias Hennessy. And we're off and away as leading things off. Ronan Boyle goes down swinging as our starting pitcher this afternoon, Logan Harvey, will lead things off with a punch-out. So here's Darius Van Putten. Got to call this game yesterday for the Whitecaps, but on the side of the River Rats, we had a bit yesterday morning, you know, game 1 of a major tournament, and we're getting all the new technology set up, and of course we had some issues, so it was a very unstable stream, and I was too busy to put on the mic and do some play-by-play because I was getting everything ready, making sure the stream was even steady before we, you know, even think about commentary, but we're good now, so everything seems to be running pretty smooth. 2-0 count to Van Putten. Now and down the middle, Harvey will deliver it, and he'll foul it back for his first strike in the count. 2-1 from Harvey. Strike 2. Paints the outside, and we'll split the first 4 pitches, 2 each way. Delivers it quickly, 2-2, and gets him reaching for it for strike 3. Beautifully placed pitch. Vin Putten folded to try to get to it, and there's 2 down after back-to-back punch-outs and a chance to retire the side in order. And here's TJ St. John to try to keep the top of the inning alive. There's pitch to St. John. We'll take a looking. We'll see a pitch. Just to get a feel for one. Oh, the 0-1. Good take. We'll split the first 2, so our morning game ended in a Toile Riviera Blackbirds victory over the Orleans Red Sox, 14-4. It was close to start out with before the Blackbirds displayed the offense that they showcased yesterday against the Riverettes and kind of took off and ended up in a mercy rule after 5 with 10 runs the difference. Heavy chop there from St. Jean. As you like that pitch, unable to connect, and there's 2 strikes against him. Chance for Harvey here to retire the side in order and start his afternoon off strong. St. Jean will continue the battle, though, fouls it to stay in it. Go back to a 2-2. That's way away. Lost a handle on it there. We'll move to a full count. And we'll have a payoff pitch from Harvey. So take a moment here to regroup. Takes a shuffle off the mound. St. John trying to stay alive. Strike 3 looking. And it's 3 up, 3 down as Logan Harvey sends them back to the dugout in order. And that will do it for the top of the first inning as the Whitecaps are feeling themselves. And when we come back, it's Oakville, their first crack on the offense. You're watching the 2026 Eastern Canadians Intermediate Championships here in Kingston. Bottom of the first inning as we join you back here at Cricket Field in Kingston. Leading things off, number 4, Lake Constantino will be followed up by Logan Harvey and Jackson Vale. The same order of the lineup for the Whitecaps today as yesterday. And he faces their starting pitcher for the River Rats, Darius Van Putten. First pitch swinging for Constantino, picked up by the shortstop, fired to first. and Constantino beats the throw. Had to be quick, and he was. It was picked up by the shortstop, and the throw just a tad too late, and there's a leadoff runner as Constantino went ambush swinging on the first pitch he saw. And this will bring up Logan Harvey for the battle of the two pitchers here. As we'll wait the first pitch. I'll turn and fire to first instead. It was close, as St. John kind of followed the trajectory with the ball and carried its momentum into the tag. On the first pitch here to Harvey. Inside, ball one. So as I mentioned, quite the battle for the Whitecaps and the Colts yesterday. In a game that kind of went either way. It was the Whitecaps who took an exaggerated lead after they scored 6 runs in a single inning, I believe, to make it 8-2, and then all of a sudden the Colts scored 5 to make it 8-7. And Oakville was able to ride it out and get the win. Constantino able to steal the bag, moves himself into his scoring position. The 2-0 lead. As Van Putten takes his time. Harvey puts a bat on it. Hard bounce through the infield. Constantino will be held up at third. Harvey will stay at first, and it's runners in the corners for the Whitecaps, who are getting their offense going here early. Back-to-back singles. And Jacksonville will have an opportunity to bat in the first runner and potentially give his team the lead. Darius will look around, the 2 runners on. Secure himself, deliver the pitch right down the middle. Runner goes to second, and Van Putten will pick it off and cut it. So runner will be allowed to extend to a scoring position. 2 on now in the dangerous areas. Oh, the 0-1. It's over top of his head. Ball 1. That's behind the plate. Number 44, Ronan Boyle. So it's 1 and 2 in the order on the batting side, in the 1 and 2 positions on the defensive side. The 1-1. Just below. Ball 2. Vale gets his signs from his third base coach. Big time opportunity to get his team on the board. 2-1. Vale gets it through to center field. Constantino will score, and it's an RBI single for Jackson Vale as the Whitecaps have opened the scoring. It's 1-0. And it's runners in the corners as well. 3 consecutive singles here from the Whitecaps. Hitting parade here early on. We'll see if Thomas Loeffler can continue it. Taking his time is Van Putten. Delivers it up high, runner down to second. They'll test third instead. Getting back there was Harvey with time to spare. So similar situation to what we just saw moments ago. Runner goes to second, now 2 in scoring position. And Loeffler as the cleanup hitter. We'll see if he can clean things up. chases one. Beautiful pitch there by Van Putten as it sinks on down and below the bat of Loeffler. Will take a strike. Rides up the third baseline and will just be called foul. That could have went either way. It gave it a good ride, and it was cut off pretty early there by Armstrong over at third base, but home plate umpire calls it off immediately, and so runners will remain where they are. Would have been a hard play. Would have been interesting to see if Armstrong went to home plate or went to first, as there was a bit of a jump there from Harvey at third. Nonetheless, we'll await the pitch. In play. Cuts it off by Van Putten, has to make a play, turns and fires to first, and he got him. Wow, tricky play there from Darius Van Putten, who was kind of 180 from the direction he decided to throw. He's able to get the out, but at the same time, Logan Harvey comes around, and it's 2-0 for the Whitecaps. Fast reaction time there from Van Putten as well. Had to be on his toes, as that was a comebacker. And here's Josh Hwin. Outside of the first one. You can see the catcher behind the play, Boyle, keeping nimble. An eye on the runners. That's Vale at third. And that's going to get a piece of Hwin right in the leg, and he looks at his dugout and he fires him up. As he'll take a walk. And put runners in the corners once more for the third time this inning. And here's Caleb Sutherland, as the River Rats got to find a way to put a nail in this offense. And we'll await the first pitch to Sutherland. I'll turn and fire to first. Put some pep on it too. Almost threw it like same velocity as a pitch. And good on TJ St. Jean in order to give a handle on that one. As that one got loose all the way to the first base bullpen, that could have did some damage for sure. Jackson Vale would have came home and scored, had enough time to do so. And we'll wait the first pitcher to Sutherland. Never mind, he'll fire to third. We'll test both corners before he throws the first official pitch. Just sending a message to both the base runners not to get too aggressive. First pitch to Sutherland. I'll toss it down to third as well. Strike one. They call at the plate. So an 0-1 lead for Van Putten. Still looking for his first punch out of the inning. Sutherland inside. Kind of golfs it into foul territory. It'll take a second strike. And now he's 0-2 down. Gonna battle to stay alive. We'll see what Van Putten attempts with the finisher. Strike three on the outside as he paints it. And it's the first strikeout of the afternoon for Darius Van Putten, and there's two away. First pitch swinging, and that splits the gap for an RBI as it gets to left field, and held up at third is Josh Hwin. And it's 3-0 as it's an RBI single for Matthew Hurlschwitz. And they maintain runners in the corners, but the Whitecaps, man, they're firing on all cylinders right now. And there's Jack Carson, who went majority of the game in yesterday's contest, so unable to pitch today. I believe he got up there in the 80s was his final count, which would, I believe, put him out for 3 days, I believe. So gonna have to wait until he goes back to the rubber. And, well, definitely one of their best options, as he was just fantastic. Takes a strike there looking on the first pitch. Breaking ball, the call, throw down to second. That is airmailed all the way to center field. It's a green light to come home, and sliding in there is Josh Huynh to score the 4th run. And as well, the initial stealing attempt there from Hurlschwitz. He advances to 3rd. And the River Rats not scared to throw the ball around the infield, as they showcased her early on in the bottom of the 1st inning, but it comes back to bite them there, especially when you're making the long toss from behind the plate to second. It's got to be good, and for Boyle, just put a bit too much mustard on it all the way to center field. And Jack Carson will keep going with his at-bat. Diving play by the 3rd baseman to contain it, but by the time he's able to recover, Jack Carson was pretty much at first base, and coming around was Matthew to make it 5-0 for the Whitecaps as the hitting parade continues here for the team in teal. And here's Sam Cuss-Doyle. And right down the pipe from Van Putten. Gotta find a way to get this last out here after 5 straight runs have scored for the Whitecaps early on. There's a strike. A quick 0-2 lead. Chance here to find his 2nd strikeout of the afternoon and get out of the bottom of the 1st. Got him. Bit of an off-speed pitch there on Cuss-Doyle for strike 3, and that will do it for the bottom of the 1st inning. But the Whitecaps welcomes themselves to this game early on as they score 5 runs and take a pretty demanding lead. When we come back, though, Cornwall, to their benefit, lots of baseball left to play, and they'll have an opportunity in the top of the 2nd inning when we return. Top 2 as we welcome you back here to historic Cricket Field here in Kingston, Ontario. And after the side was retired, 3 up, 3 down. Looking to have a different inning here for Cornwall, and it's Emmett Kreiderman in the leadoff spot. Logan Harvey back on the bump for his second consecutive. He struck out the side. This one's on the ground from Kreiderman. In and out of the glove of the shortstop and unable to recover. As Constantino chased it down, it was bobbling in and out of his glove. And how about a leadoff base runner for the River Rats? Exactly the start to the inning they needed. And this will bring up Warren Ellis. So already more base runners here in the top of the second than they had in the top of the first. So already a good first step for Cornwall. Swing and a miss there on the first pitch from Ellis. No one. Ellis up the right field line, fair ball. It rides way down into the corner. Kreiderman on his way to third, and how about a long hit single from Warren Ellis to put runners in the corners. And it's back-to-back base hits for the River Rats. And there's Landon Bark to the plate. And a chance here to cash in on the River Rats' first run if he's able to get himself a base hit. Holds off, ball one up high. Oh, the 1-0. Hunter goes to second, over top of the head of Bark for ball two. And a successful steal there. We saw the Whitecaps do that so successfully with runners in the corners where runner goes to second. It's easy every time, and the River Rats find themselves in that situation and take advantage of it. Two now in scoring position. That's way inside, having to back away from it. For ball three was Bark. And he's got a chokehold on this count now going his way. Harvey's got to be careful. Here's a 3-0. And the automatic. Knew he had to get one back, so he gave him one down the middle. Ball four would mean the bases would be loaded. I'm sure Bark would love to find himself in that situation. Throw down the third, had to be careful, as it was off the bag quite significantly. But able to catch it and keep it in his range was Horoschwitz, and it's a 2 strikes against him. I believe a 3-2-2 count, actually, instead of the 3-2 I thought we had. Back-to-back strikes for Harvey. Can he make it 3? And pardon me, it was a full count. That will be ball 4, and the bases are loaded here for the River Rats. Quite the switch out from the top of the first, but the momentum has swung. And in a 5-run deficit, this is a golden opportunity to get on the board and make a statement. Here's Ryder Merkley. First pitch to Merkley, goes swinging, strike one. No outs either. River Rats couldn't ask for much more to start this top of the 2. Strike 2, as Harvey gives them 2 different options. Swipes at both, but no winners. And it's an 0-2 hole. We'll see if Harvey attacks him heavily. And time has been called by the third base umpire, and a balk has been called. And the River Rats will get on the board as Kreiderman comes around, and they get one with still 2 on. And so the count will shift to 1-2 after that balk call, as it counts as a ball in the count. And we'll have the 1-2 to Merkley. Ball 2, can't buy one there as it was dancing around that outer half of the plate. doesn't go his way. Back-to-back balls for Merkley. And he fouls that one off heavily onto the road. He's got to hope it doesn't hit any cars. The road is closed off, but there is a lot of parked cars over there. I have a lot of volunteers here for the tournament. Merkley fires this one right up the alley to center field. One run will score. It's a RBI single for Ryder Merkley, and the River Rats have a pair. It's now 5-2. And that's an at-bat there for Merkley. Goes down 0-2 after Harvey was getting the swing and miss he wanted, but he waited it out till he got the perfect one and hammered it. And we'll have a mound meeting here by the Whitecaps coach, Harvey, and the catcher, who behind the plate, I believe, is Jackson Vale. There's a chance here to make it 5-3 with runner at third base as well. And it's Navarro Phillips. First pitch to Phillips. Outside, runner down to second. Easy steal will be cut off by Harvey. Two in scoring position. Down in the dirt. Here comes runner on home. And he slides in there in time. And he's safe and sound. As it's 3 runs in the inning for the River Rats. As Landon Bark takes advantage of the loose ball to the backstop. Tying run at the plate and the 4th run of the inning at third base. And Navarro will get his at-bat back underway. Likes that pitch. We'll take strike one. He took a slice at it. Move to 1-1. Holds off, ball 2. Good for Vale to get in front of it. So it didn't spill on out. New pitcher in the bullpen currently warming up for potentially the next inning for the River Rats as well. Just something to keep an eye on. 2-1. And Phillips will see strike 2 as he's unable to connect. I believe it's a full count payoff here from Harvey. Phillips, chopper to the shortstop. Constantino will handle it, toss to first for out number 1. And the run will score. Coming around was Ryder Merkley. And the River Rats came into the inning down by 5, have made it a 1-run ball game. What a change of events after that first inning. Harvey struck out the side, and then they go to the offense and score 5 runs. And then all of a sudden in the top of the second inning, something ignited in the Cornwall offense. And they just registered their first out of the inning, and they've already scored 4 runs. It's just fascinating to see the shift in difference from the middle of the order. And there's Mateo Armstrong to try to keep the party started. Time will be called. And Cornwall third base coach going to talk quickly to Armstrong. After there's a slight delay in the pitch from Harvey. And we'll get back underway. Up and away for ball 2. Armstrong will take a lead. On the 2-0 pitch. Gets one back. Perfectly placed pitch there from Harvey, and that's why he had so much success in the top of the first inning. Pitches like that, chips away on the outside, just paints the corners, and he gets one there on the 2-1. And strike 2 swinging from Armstrong on a similarly placed pitch as the last one. And a chance here for Harvey's first punch out of the top 2. 2-2. Ball 3. Ball 4. Make that ice stand corrected. And Armstrong trots on down to first base. It's another base runner to work with here for the River Rats. That's leaving the bullpen as well. Emmett Kreiderman just took a warm-up. We'll see if he comes in from the bottom of the second inning. And here's Rory Cooper. He wants to go bunt. Chips away at one up high and fouls it off. So we'll start off with a strike. Still only one out in the inning, which is just fantastic for the River Rats. As I've mentioned many times, complete 180 from what we saw on the top of the first inning. And well, especially when the game yesterday didn't go their favor. Quite the start. These are the first runs they've scored all tournament after they were shut out yesterday against Trois Rivières. The offense was so stagnant, and you wondered where was this offense in yesterday's game, as they've had hits pretty much from the top middle of the lineup all the way down. And a balk has been called by second base umpire against Harvey. And it'll be a free base for Armstrong. He'll put himself in a scoring position, or he'll be put into a scoring position, I should say. Cooper will show bunt. Strike the call. Gets to the backstop, as he wasn't able to find a piece of it, so we'll see a second strike. And no trigger from Armstrong to run down the third. He'll stay safe and sound where he is. On the 2-2. Strike 3 swinging as Cooper will go down. And the first punch out, 4th of the ball game for Logan Harvey. Trying to spark something. Got to hit the reset button after he's allowed 4 runs. And here's Kieran Henry. They're trying to continue things for the River Rats. Swings on the first pitch, and it looks like that one got the catcher in the mask. Takes a heavy bounce. We'll see strike 1. Oh, 1. Fouls it off again. Or instead fouls it off. Strike 2 though in the count. Harvey setting his sights on a second consecutive strikeout. Trying to maintain this lead for the Whitecaps, which is now down to 1. And a chance to do it here. Of the 0-2 pitch. Henry in the air, will be foul, and the catcher, Jacksonville, able to get underneath of it. And that will end the top of the second inning. But the River Rats welcomed themselves to the game. 4 big runs, and we're in a 1-run game going to the bottom of the second, and it's 5-4. When we come back, the Whitecaps look to extend the lead. bottom 2 as we'll get things underway. We'll wait the first pitch from Darius Van Putten, who allowed 5 in the first, but new opportunity here in the bottom 2. As leading things off for the Whitecaps, we'll see number 26, Nishan Dillon. They'll be followed up by Evan Huynh and Lake Constantino as we go back to the top of the order after Huynh. Quick 2-0 lead. Up by, it's ball 3. And Dillon, an opportunity here for a potential leadoff walk. And Putten got to be able to find the strike zone. Here's the 3-0. Anyway, it was green light for Dillon. Swings on the 3-0 pitch. Unable to connect. That's ball 4 to lead things off. And Dillon will get to first base. Continues the trend just like his teammates in the bottom of the first inning of getting aboard. No matter if it was a walk or a lot of hits for the Whitecaps in the bottom of the first inning. See out there in just about right center field. I think that's the diamond getting set up. They play the 5 o'clock game. They're already here. They got a big tent. As guys are slowly but surely starting to get stretched and warmed up. Still an hour and 45 until the scheduled start to that game. As there's Evan Huynh. Shows bunt, lays it down. Will stay fair up the third base line. Cross diamond, and that one is lobbed to first base. Not much power on it at all. Dillon gets out of the way to third, and he will be held up for runners in the corners. But it's got to be a bit of a harder throw there by the third baseman. I believe that was Mateo Armstrong, as it was off the mark too. And it looks like Dillon will also get to second base. I'm probably going to make that Evan Huynh. And it'll go back to the top of the order with 2 in scoring position for Lake Constantino. Go swinging, we'll foul it back. Time will be called. As Constantino wanted to slow things down. And we're resuming at 0-1. Blake Salwood. Looks like got the timing a bit off. Heavy slice. And Van Putten a chance to find the first out. And a strikeout here. I believe it would be his second strikeout of the afternoon. The 0-2. Constantino flies this one to right field. Catch is made. Runner's going to tag up. Here goes Dillon from third. The relay takes a tad too long. Throw to third. Gets past the third baseman. Here comes the runner. And Huynh will score as well. And it's 2 runs off that fly ball to right field that was caught. Both runners tag up. And off a missed throw, off a missed relay, it's now 7-4. It just got to be quicker. The relay was from right field to the second baseman, and then I think they tossed it to another infielder when it was already in the infield. And I think that just gave the heads up for Quinn to come on home. It was the throw to third, which was also off the mark. It ended up hitting Quinn in the leg. He was standing on third base, and I guess that hit in the leg was like, oh, that's my opportunity to go, because nobody's near this baseball, and there's really no contest to get him out at home plate. 3 runs the difference now after the Whitecaps scored 2. And there's Logan Harvey. One for one with a single his first time up. Strike 1 on the outside. Harvey puts it in play, a high bouncer over top of the head of Armstrong. And it's a single for Logan Harvey after that ball hurtled over top of Armstrong, who was down on one knee. And it's 35 pitches in the ball game for Darius Van Putten, as that will end his afternoon. And he will have a 1 day's rest. Won't be able to pitch in tomorrow's contest because of that. Stays under the threshold to pitch on Saturday, so we will be able to pitch in 2 days. But in tomorrow's game for Cornwall, which actually they do not have one tomorrow, so there's the benefit for Van Putten. He will be available in their next game on Saturday when they take on the Diamond.
We have Emma Kreiderman coming in to pitch, and Darius went up.
You have to go through me. Sorry.
Yeah, what was the change? 99 pitcher. Okay. I'm good. So 99's now pitching. All right.
And so a new pitcher coming into the game here for the River Rats, number 99, Emmett Kreiderman, who we mentioned was warming up in the bullpen a little while ago, ready to make his debut in this game. And if you remember yesterday's game, the River Rats actually pitched almost more than half their lineup, keeping guys under that 20-pitch threshold, everyone fresh for today's game, and so Kreiderman was probably one of them, and he's ready to go today. As Jackson Vale, the next batter due up, will make his trot to the batter's box, and we'll get this game resumed. One for one is Vale with a single.
Number 6, Jackson Vale.
First pitch will be a ball, tied high. Start off 1-0. See if Kreiderman can get into a rhythm here early. Team kind of needs him to. That's a bouncer off the catcher to the backstop, and an easy free base there for Logan Harvey. Moves himself into a scoring position. As it looked like Kreiderman held on that ball way too long. An early bouncer before it even got to the plate. On the 2-0 here to Vale. Up high, and it's a 3-0 lead. And it's ball 4 as it also gets loose, and Harvey will also get himself a base. It's runners in the corners with that walk. As the top of the order goes back to work just like they did in the bottom of the first inning. And there's Thomas Loeffler, the cleanup hitter in the order.
Now batting number 21, Thomas Loeffler.
0 for 1 on the afternoon after he got out from a play from the mound to first base. First pitch, again too low, runner down to second. They won't test him. And it's 2 on in scoring position after that steal. Outside, we'll start with a ball on Loeffler's count. As it's been pure offense for the Whitecaps this entirety of the game. Haven't had much stumble. Kreiderman looking to change that. We'll have the 1-0. Outside, ball 2. As the Whitecaps dugout, very loud, trying to continue this momentum, and it's a 4-pitch walk for Thomas Loeffler. And the bases are loaded here for the Whitecaps. And Josh Wynn Wynn's got the task with the bases loaded. Grand opportunity. Walked his first time up. Would love to find some contact with his second time in the order. Kreiderman got himself to a jam. We'll see how he works out of it. First pitch inside for strike 1. He swings that one up high. Strike 2, he's got himself in a hole. But he liked that last one. It was probably around the top of the zone. Kreiderman, momentum swinger if he could find strike 3. 0-2. Ball 1. Bases loaded. 1-2 pitch as Kreiderman will actually step off instead. Has gotten to a bit of a stare down with a runner at third base, Logan Harvey. And swings on that one will be a foul ball. As that one got him in an awkward area, the catcher, and it's gonna take a second here just to ensure he's okay. It looks like he will leave the game after he got that one in an awkward area. We'll find out who the new catcher is coming in just momentarily. As they confirm with home plate umpire, the Cornwall head coach.
Darius Van Putten is going to catch. Yep. And 19 going into center field. Thank you.
So it looks like 37. Darius Van Putten will
It doesn't change the batting.
go behind the plate.
Yeah.
I believe that was Ronan Boyle. I believe. As Van Putten will see a pitch and we'll get back underway. As there's Josh Wynn in the middle of a zap bat and a 1-2 count, bases loaded. Wait the pitch. Kreiderman still has him up against the wall. Won't be able to finish him off there. Ball 3. And pardon me, that's looks like ball 4. And it's a bases loaded walk for Josh Wynn. And a run will score for the Whitecaps. And make it 8-4. So the Whitecaps have doubled the tally of the River Rats here as we keep this game going. Caleb Sutherland will see his first pitch, strike on the outside. And we'll start off with an 0-1 count. Three runs this inning, chance to make it more. Strike 2, the call in the bottom half of the zone. And Sutherland, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout his first time up. Chance to make it 0 for 2 here. Got a battle. Kreiderman. The 0-2. And blows it by him. Goes down swinging, strike 3. For out number 2. I believe one of the first strikeouts, if not the first strikeout of the afternoon for Emmett Kreiderman. Here's Matthew Harushevic. That one gets to the backstop. Here's an opportunity as the runner comes on home, and sliding in there is Jackson Vale. And it's 9 for the Whitecaps as they cash in another. Still 2 runners in scoring position, but it could be another 5-piece and more for the Whitecaps here in the bottom 2. As Harushevic continues his count. That ball was, well, we've seen a couple pitches from Kreiderman down in the dirt that have gone away from catchers, and there was one there. And especially when the bases are loaded in these type of situations where they're in jam, can't afford to let balls squeak on by. The catcher in this scenario, Van Putten. This one's the backstop, just like I was saying. Here's an opportunity for Loeffler. The play, the flip, the tag, not there in time. Safe and sound as Thomas Loeffler. And it's 10-4. Back-to-back innings with 5 runs for the Whitecaps. And Harushavec, who joined this ball game with the bases loaded after 2 pitches that were a bit wild, now only has 1 on, but his team has scored 2 runs during that time. It's over top of him, a ball. There's strike 1. They'll test him down to third. They got him. Josh Wynn wasn't paying attention. And the River Rats triumph. They've done it all game long, and they finally got one that's successful, as they're able to get out of it. But the Whitecaps put up another 5-run inning and have hit double digits. It's 10-4 as we head to the top of the third. When we come back, the River Rats look for another productive inning just like they had in the top of the second. Top third underway here as we're well into the first hour of the game, only 2 innings down. As we're in for a marathon, as a lot of these games have been pretty long. Pitching change as well for the Oakville Whitecaps. Number 6, Jackson Vale takes to the mound. And leading things off for Cornwall, number 12, Liam Bombardier. As we go back to the top of the order after him. Here's the 1-0 from Vale, swing and a miss from Bombardier for strike 1. And in center field, you can see maybe a bit hard to capture on the broadcast camera, but the Ottawa West Twins, the only team we have not seen yet here in the tournament, preparing for their first game at 5 o'clock against the Diamond. 1-2. Holds off. Let's put the first 4 pitches, a pair apiece. 2-2 from Vale. It's ball 3, and he'll work a full count in his first appearance and battle at the mound. So Harvey did the 2 innings. First one was super swift, 3 punch-outs, and then allowed 4 runs in the second. Here's the payoff. From his reliever, Jackson Vale gets a leadoff strikeout for himself after he wins the full count battle. And here's Ronan Boyle. After he left the game from the catcher's position after getting the ball in an awkward area with no padding, he is ready to go, and it's great to see. Back to the top of the order. Boyle 0 for 1 with a strikeout his first time up, swinging on the first pitch, and will foul it back. The 0-1 to Boyle. Holds out, ball 1. We'll split the first 2. Horn on the outside for ball 2. So the top of the order struggled in the top of the first inning as they retired 3 up, 3 down, but the middle of the order for Cornwall was so successful. And when they're due up again, it'll be interesting to see if they can replicate what they did. As they're able to produce so much, we're able to get back in the game. It was 5-0 going into the top 2, and they scored 4 runs to make it 5-4. And then, well, now they got an answer back to another Whitecaps lead, now up to 6. 2-2. Holds off, full count. Back-to-back at-bats reaching the limit. Vale won the last one. See if Boyle can flip the script. We'll have the payoff. Hey, he will. It's ball 4 for Ronan Boyle. And gets aboard first base. And Darius Van Putten started on the mound. Now finds himself behind the plate in the catcher's position. And he's got his second at-bat 0 for 1 on the afternoon with a strikeout his first time up. Runners on the go. Van Putten goes swinging and fouls it off just in front of him. So we'll restrict Boyle from making any progression on the base paths. He'll have to go back to first. And we'll have an 0-1. I'll go again. And again, Van Putten will put himself, or pardon me, put Boyle in the same situation, making him go back to first. We'll see if he's going to try it one more time. He's done it both times on the pitch. We'll see if Vale takes a longer look at first. Takes the look over, focuses back up. He will try him, and that one gets to the fence. Boyle thinks about it, but will stay at first. And to be honest, probably the right decision at first base. That is Jack Carson. And well, Carson went majority of the game yesterday at the mound, and he's got velocity. He's a hard guy to beat if you're going to try to steal a base on him. Still on an 0-2 here for Van Putten. And strike 3 gets him. Runner will steal a base, though. Boyle does go. Very aggressive. But there's 2 down after that punch-out. Second strikeout of the inning as well. And here's TJ St. Jean. Runner to third as Boyle wants to go, and a clean slide save. As it was also strike 1 on St. Jean. And so you have to think Boyle's so aggressive that if anything gets through, he is going, no doubt about it. The 0-1. St. Jean right up the gap in left center field, and Ronan Boyle will make it 5 for the Riverettes, and his aggressive base running pays off. It's an RBI single for TJ St. John, and the deficit now 5. And there's Emmett Kreiderman, who came in relief at the mound. We'll see if he makes another inning appearance in the bottom third. There's the 1-0 inside. That one gets away. Here goes St. John. Not much speed needed as he'll easily get to second. 2-0 lead as well for Kreiderman. But the last couple batters very aggressive on the base paths, and well, when you're at a deficit like they are right now, not a bad way to go with it at things. Attack extra bases. Paints the outside on that one from Vale for strike 1. Down in the dirt again. 3 balls to Kreiderman's name. Vale on all 3 of those balls, not crazy close to getting called the other way. Pitch from Vale. Takes a chance on it. Was Kreiderman. In my opinion, probably was a for sure ball, but he liked it. He's a taller guy, so with his stature and a ball thrown at majority of the time would be called a ball. Maybe he sees it differently. And that's ball 4 for Emmett Kreiderman as he wins the full count to put 2 on. Here's Warren Ellis, 1 for 1 with a single. And well, if he has a single here, he'd load up the bases for Cornwall. First pitch to Ellis. Holds off, takes it by the eyesight. Vale trying to get out of it. It's only 1 run allowed. That's way up high. Ball 2 and a lead here for Ellis. 2 on. He was able to find 2 outs, both via strikeouts. The 2-0 pitch. And he gets one back. As Ellis just wanted to see one through. It's ball 3 on the inside, and now Vale's got to find the strike zone. Ellis, you have to think maybe he'd hold off and be patient, wanting that ball 4 to load the bases. The 3-1 pitch. And he will get it. Bases loaded here for the Riverettes. They had this situation in the top of the second, and they took advantage of it. And now down by 5 with 2 outs, have another grand opportunity to make something of this. And it's Landon Bark with the task of doing so. Mound meeting as Vale, the infield, will meet up. So everyone will disperse and we'll get this top of the third back underway. And way to keep it in front of him. That could have been interesting with the runner at third. Ball 1 low on Bark. 1-0. Outside ball 2. And well, can't walk him, obviously, with the bases loaded. Would score a run, he can, but obviously not what Vale would want. But he's got himself in a hole. 2-0. Gets one back. Cracks the outside of the zone. River Rats proved in the top of the 4th that despite being down big, they're not out of it. Can they do it here? Strike 2 on a swing from Bark, and now he's got a battle. Protect to stay alive. Well, the 2-2 pitch from Jackson Vale. Strike 3 dropped. Play down to first. A lob like they're playing catch for out number 3, and the bases will remain stranded as they were loaded up, but no runs will cash in. And the Whitecaps, after scoring 5 in both innings, have a 5-run lead, and we'll get to see if they could do it again. Bring the mega offense with their back at the bats in the bottom 3rd. You're watching the 2026 Eastern Canadian Intermediate Championships. Bottom 3rd to get underway here in Kingston as Emmett Kreiderman will make his another inning appearance here at the mound. And leading things off for Oakville, number 27, Matthew Hershowitz. Or Hrushevich, pardon me. Inside. Start off with a ball. So the Whitecaps, who are in the bottom of the 3rd, obviously, but have a chance here to really extend their lead and take a hold on this game. So 1-0. Ball 2. Looks for a changeup there. Pardon me, that was a 2-0 pitch. Make that 3-0. And a chance to send Harushevic over to first base. Gotta find the strike zone. 3-0 pitch. And the automatic strike will get one back. And you can just tell, like, it's a 3-0 pitch. I understand he's trying to hit the outsides, but especially in that last inning where they scored a bunch of runs, you got to get them down the middle. Bunt attempt laid right down in front to throw to first in time. Perfect throw there from Emmett Kreiderman, who stepped off the mound rapidly and gets it to his first baseman, Ronan Boyle. And there's one away. And so here's Jack Carson playing first base this afternoon for the team in teal. Swings on the first pitch and just bats it off the first base line. And here at Cornwall, their fielders trying to get each other fired up, and that's exactly what they need right now. They need some energy. They're not out of this game. It's only 5 runs the difference. They scored 4 in 1 inning already. But Oakville has definitely been the louder team dugout-wise. I would like to see a bit more energy. This one, a comebacker, a one-hopper, and he'll make the play himself as Emmett Kreiderman runs it out. And a chance to retire the side in order, as Carson will be sent back to the dugout. That's back-to-back plays from Kreiderman as well. First one he tossed it, second one he runs it. And here's Sam Cosdoyle to try to keep the inning alive. Lets the first one go. Takes a looking for strike 1. Strike 2. Down the middle. Kreiderman. Chance to end the inning and finish it off with a punch out. He would do it all by himself, all in different fashions. Ball 1 as he tried to slow things down and clip the top of the zone. Move us to a 1-2 pitch. Fair ball. Sam Doyle hits it past the shortstop as it scoops on by under the glove of Warren Ellis. And that will keep the inning alive as Sam Cosdoyle is now at first base. Here's Nishan Dillon, had a walk his first time up, ended up coming around and scoring. First pitch, outside, runner going to second. And he's safe and sound, no test needed. Moves himself into a scoring position. Ball 2 down low. And holds off. It's 3 straight balls going the way of Dillon. And Kreiderman, after starting the inning off so successfully, can't let this get away from him. 3-0 delivery. Ball 4, 4-pitch walk. And Dillon has back-to-back walks on the afternoon, is now at first base. We'll bring up bottom of the order, Evan Huynh. Before we go back up top, and while the top of the order, I'm sure would love to have the bases loaded here, and Evan Huynh's got a chance to make that come true. "36 pitches for Emmett Kreiderman. And they will remain him in the game, so he will go over that 2 days rest threshold to keep him out of Saturday's contest for the River Rats. First pitch to Huynh. Holds off, and it was a great take, and it was a great idea to do that. It takes ball 1. Out at any bag. That's all the Riverettes need to send us to a top 4 back on the offense. Here's the 1-0. Throw down to first, and to keep on their toes. Nishan Dillon will get back in time. Go to a 2-0 pitch. That's strike one, clips the bottom. Get one back. Kreiderman taking his time. 2-1. Strike two, outside corner. And a great battle back here from Kreiderman. Chance to finish him off. We'll see how Huynh battles. And a long at bat in between each pitch. Here's the 2-2. Ball three. Both runners on the go. Toss down the third. The tag. We'll just miss on the swipe. So both runners will steal a base. And it's a full count here for Huynh, with 2 in scoring position. Big pitch for Kreiderman. Here's the payoff. Ball 4 is the result. And the bases are loaded for the top of the order, Lake Constantino. They're up by 5 and a grand opportunity to make it more, but Kreiderman and the River Rats still only 1 out away, and it was looking so good as they got Hrushevik, they got Carson, and then it was Costoyle, Dillon, and Huynh all getting on consecutively to make it loaded. Constantino 1 for 2 with a fly ball to right field, which resulted in an out and a single on his first at-bat. He'll call time and step away. Outside, just a tad for ball 1. Well, the 1-0 pitch. Constantino hits it through the infield. Gets all the way to right. 1 will score. Runner at third will be held up, but they're in a bit of a situation as the runner at second got 2. Excited about going to third, and he'll be tagged out. And so 1 run will score to make it 11-5, but that will end the inning after it was I believe it was Evan Huynh who got all the way down the second to third baseline and hit the brakes and had to go all the way back, but the River Rats were all over him. And the Whitecaps get 1 as they'll head back to the defensive side. And for Cornwall, they're not out of it yet, but they need 6 as it stands right now. Let's see if they can chip away as we'll head to the top of the 4th when we come back. Top of the fourth as we join you back here at historic Cricket Field in Kingston. 6 runs the difference between these two teams. The Whitecaps, well, sitting pretty right now as it stands, but the Cornwall River Rats with a big opportunity here as we hit the halfway point of the ball game, innings-wise, to get some runs back. Jackson Vale back on the bump for his second consecutive. He'll lead things off. It's Ryder Merkley. On the dirt, we'll see ball 2 to start off his count. And 2-0 from Vale. That's going to get a piece of Merkley, and he loves it. Gives the thumbs up. Turns immediately, and he'll head down to first base. As he looks to be okay, shake it off. And we'll have a leadoff base runner here on a hit-by-pitch walk. So Phillips 0 for 1 on the afternoon with a play from 6-3. His first time up. We'll try to change that here his second time through. First pitch to Phillips. Swings out at a tad too late. Seems like he just hesitated when that was released by Vale. I'll go down 0-1. Runners on the go to second. Phillips fires this one to center field, and that's in and out of the glove of the fielder. And so Phillips, little Selly at first base, back to the dugout to fire them up. And there's 2 on. As he got all of that ball, and while hands on the head for the center fielder out there. Would want that one back, but gotta shake it off now. Not much you can do about it. And a good situation here. The middle of the order coming up big again. And here's Mateo Armstrong, who walked his first time up. I'm sure would love to find another one here. That would load the bases up for the Riverettes. The 1-0 pitch. Ball 2. Runner on the way to third. They will test him. Throw down. And the throw was just on the wrong side of the third baseman, not able to turn in time. And look at the speed there from Ryder Merkley. One corner to the next all by himself, as he had a good hop off of Phillips's hit earlier as well. And so it's runners in the corners here for the Riverettes. There goes Phillips down to second, and they will try him. Constantino having to stay on his toes at shortstop, as if that bobbles a little bit. Have to think Merkley's maybe going. And it looks like Armstrong will get the walk. I'm not completely sure. I thought it was still a 2-0 count. Nonetheless, bases are loaded here for the Riverettes. And well, here's their opportunity to get back in the game. 0 outs, bases loaded. Here's Rory Cooper, 0 for 1 with a strikeout his first time up. First one's outside, ball 1. And they did the same exact thing when they were down 5-0 heading into the top of the second. They scored 4, they made it a ball game. Down by 6 here. And quite the situation to work with. Cooper holds on. That's a great take for ball 2. That one is way wild. Here goes the runner, Merkley. The play at the plate, he just walks on by. There's no trouble, and the Riverettes get one back. And it's 11-6. as us in the broadcast booth are celebrating as well. It's producer Ryan Hennessy. Show him the good news. We got a third base cam working. As we have the 3 cameras set up, it's working like a charm now. We had a
Final pitch count for Vale was 45 pitches, 45.
Obviously our home plate cam, but the third base one has decided to join us here this afternoon. Finally wake up after an hour and a half of baseball. And we're fully active now, but back to the gameplay. We'll have a pitching change here for Oakville. Lake Constantino will take to the bump for his first debut of this tournament. As he leaves shortstop in. We'll swap with Jackson Vale, who will take his position at shortstop. And it kind of seemed like after that wild pitch that Oakville knew they had to go and switch things up a little bit. And so Constantino will take his warm-up before we get back underway. It's still quite the situation here for the River Rats. If they convert on both these runners in scoring position, all of a sudden it's a 3-run ball game. And so they put Constantino in to try to put a fork in that. No outs though in the inning. So he's inheriting quite the jam. But quite the resilience from Cornwall. See if they can make anything of it. So it's a 3-0 count for Rory Cooper. As he'll continue his at-bat. Constantino, well, already got to find the strike zone right away, and he's playing catch, delivers one down the middle. Still a chance to load up the bases. It's a 3-1 pitch coming. Ground ball right up the middle. He'll play it to the plate, and the tag will be applied. So they save a run from scoring, and that is smart baseball there from Lake Constantino to play it to the plate instead of running first. And while it rolled right up to his feet, so it was a pretty easy decision as it was just lying right in front of him.
Now batting number 19, Kieran Henry.
So run will.
Hey, defense, make a play here. Come on, turn it up the middle.
5 runs the difference, and here's Kieran Henry. As it looks like the catcher behind the plate, Matthew Harushevic, is having some dirt in his eyes. And I'll tell you, from being behind the backstop here, we understand it. We're not obviously on the field. He's getting it probably worse than we are, but it builds up all day. We're getting a lot of dirt in here as well. Henry with a swing on the inside as to step away to even take a chance at it. Throw down to third. That was close. Sliding back in time was Armstrong. Went to second as well. That's a ball. We'll split the first 2 pitches 1-1. Henry hits this one to first, play to the plate, and runner will have to go back to third. The River Rats are in a bit of a pickle. The tag will be applied. Get out number 2, play to first. Not there safe, but great fielding by Oakville. Have prohibited back-to-back scoring opportunities with runners at third from the River Rats. And just like that, there is 2 down. And once we saw that we bases loaded moments ago, is no longer. Only a runner at first base. As Lake Constantino comes into the ball game. and shuts things down. Pardon me, there's a runner at first and second. As here's Liam Bombardier. Hill 1. Bombardier gets a piece of it, fouls it back. And throws him the breaking ball, fouls it off. Brings him to a pair of strikes in the count. Chance for Constantino to join the ball game, allow no runs, and find all 3 outs. Would be quite the situation. 0-2. Up high, gets one back in the count, does Bombardier. Moves to a 1-2 pitch. That's ball 2. That one gets away from Constantino. And Bombardier gaining some confidence back in the count after he gets back-to-back balls. Here's the 2-2. Ball 3. As Constantino took a couple strides towards the dugout. But he'll have to stay where he is. And he's worked the full count. 3 straight balls. The payoff goes his way. Strike 3 swinging. Is Bombardier. And late Constantino
And the top of the fourth
3
inning.
consecutive outs, allows no runs.
Cornwall
Once
scores
the base
1
is
run,
loaded,
no hits,
loaded,
1 error,
cash in
2 left on base.
from it.
After 3.5 innings of play,
Back the Whitecaps.
the score is now Oakville 11, Cornwall 6. Pitch count for Constantino is 12 pitches.
Bottom of the 4th with the 2, 3, and 4 hitters due up for Oakville, and Harvey Vale and Loeffler still at the mound for, I believe, 3rd consecutive. Emmett Kreiderman, first pitch swinging for Harvey, in the glove easily of the second baseman, tossed to Boyle in time. As a routine play from the infield, 1 pitch needed, 1 out. As that was Kieran Henry to make that play. And so we'll quickly move on, and here's Jacksonville, 1 for 1 with a single and a walk. We'll see first pitch as a ball. Wano holds on, ball 2. As Vale made an appearance at the mound in the game. Pitched a couple innings. And he's got 3 straight balls to his name here, and a chance to put a runner on if we see one more. And Kreiderman Got to find the zone. And the automatic strike down the middle. Can't get too fancy. Here's the 3-1. And he pulls that one to left field. As they'll get a base hit, Jacksonville aboard second single of the afternoon. And we'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Thomas Loeffler. And 50 pitches, and that will do it for Kreiderman. As it's a 2 days rest, won't be able to play in Saturday's game, which will be their next game, so unavailable then, but will be available on Sunday. 2 days rest for Emmett Kreiderman, and a new pitcher coming to the mound. It's Ronan Boyle, who we've seen in many different positions. Behind the plate, saw him at first base, and now on the bump. As I'll take a warm-up before we get underway. That's funny enough, it was Ronan Boyle who started in the catcher's position, and Darius Van Poon started at the mound, and those players have now reversed.
Come on, Tita!
See what he can do. Keep the game close. Fired
you.
I can't hear you. Tournament with yesterday's loss. Whitecaps looking to remain perfect, just like Trois Rivières. These teams are starting to separate a little bit in the standings.
Let's go.
Remains in the same scoreline it is right now. It would keep that going. 2 teams at 2 and the rest is 1-0. While the Ottawa West Twins, who will join a win category after tonight's game. Here we go, first pitch to Loeffler. Outside, ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. Loeffler likes it. Hard bounce, nice read by the shortstop. Gets one, looks to turn to himself, and will throw it off. That one got a piece of Loeffler as well, so a fielder's choice will get the second out. Keep a runner at a scoring position as well. And we'll bring up Josh Huynh, who walked earlier in the game. So we'll see what Huynh can do. As him and his brother both on this team, Josh and Evan. We'll have the first pitch from Boyle. Chance to get out with no runs allowed after they've got Harvey on a play from second to first, and then Loeffler with the fielder's choice. Here's the 1-0. You like that one. Full follow through there from Huynh. Unable to connect. That's up high. Runner's thinking about going to second. He'll slide back in time. Had to be careful. Looked like it was sliding. It was a bit early, too. And kind of almost lost the motion of sliding. It was able to reach and grab the base, though, so stay safe. Huynh fouls it off. We'll bring him to a pair of strikes now in the count. And a chance for Boyle to find his first strikeout since joining the ball game and send his team to the offense. in the top 5. Quinn got a battle to stay alive. Not much created here in the inning here for the Whitecaps. Looking to give themselves an opportunity to do so. The 2-2. Up high, ball 3. Runner thinks about getting thrown. I think he thought about running, and he did. I mean, the catcher thinks about throwing. He'll hold on to it as Van Putten didn't want to test him. It brings us to a full count situation. We'll have the payoff pitch from Ronan Boyle. It's ball 4 for Huynh. He'll take a base. Put 2 on. And that's the second walk of the ball game as well for Huynh. And we bring up Caleb Sutherland, who's 0 for 2 with back-to-back punch-outs. First pitch to Sutherland outside. Sutherland takes his time, gets his advice from the third base coach. Gets ready to go. The 1-0. That's outside again, ball 2. Boyle's got to shake these last few pitches off. Takes a deep breath in the mound. Deliver the 2-0. High up in foul territory as he fouls it back. That's a strike in the count. Move to 2-1. Oakville still very loud in their dugout. Number 1 in team mojo for sure. Always cheering each other on, pumping each other up. That's ball 3 for Sutherland. Looking to get a board for the first time this ball game himself. 3-1. Ball 4. Bases loaded here for the Whitecaps. And we'll bring up Matthew Hurashevich.
Now batting number 27, Matthew Hurashevich.
Matthew Hurashevich, pardon me. Will have his third at bat. He had an RBI single his first time up and then was thrown out his second. So 1 for 2 in the ball game, and Hurashevich, we'll see what he can do here. Bases loaded situation. And could potentially be the nail in the coffin on this ball game if they can make work of it. First pitch to Hurashevich outside, ball 1. The 1-0 from Boyle. Down the middle, Hurashevich fires this one down into right field. Throw to first will be airmailed. Runner at third thinks about it. Huynh will go back, but coming around there was Loeffler. And the Whitecaps have doubled the tally of the River Rats. It's 12-6 now. And the bases remain loaded with an RBI single from Matthew Hurashevich.
Batting number 13, Jack Sarson.
First pitch swinging for Carson. Weird bounces from the infield. 1 run will score. Getting the wave is Sutherland. Looking for 2, and the Whitecaps got it. Weird bounce off the catcher. Can they make it 3? Here comes Hurashevich. He's safe and sound. It's 3 runs that score. And it's 15-6. And a runner at third looking to make it 16 potentially. And That is just a misplay there from the River Rats. Throw home, that was a way off. Got to the backstop, and that was after 2 score. And then the Whitecaps saw an opportunity to capitalize even more, and they did so. And Jack Carson's got a trifecta of RBIs after that one. There's Sam Cuss-Doyle. Strike one looking. We'll see a pitch. And it would be 10 runs the difference if he's able to cash in the runner at third, and that would make it applicable to get the mercy rule in the bottom of the inning, as it would be 10 runs, and they would put the Cornwall River Rats under pressure to score 1 at least to keep the game going, as it's a 10-run mercy after 4 innings. Pardon me, a 10-run after 5, but with Cornwall due up in the top of the 5th inning, they would still need to score more. But not in that territory yet. If they can get out of it and leave a runner stranded at third, and with pitches like that, that will do it. A beauty. Breaking ball there from Ronan Boyle. And we will see a bottom of the 5th inning as they get out of it, but the Whitecaps score 5 runs, I believe. 4 runs make that, but just after they're able to get 2 quick outs, they really loaded the bases up, and it was Jack Carson who scored 3 runs. And will send us to a top of the 5th with them up by 9. When we come back, more baseball here in Kingston. Top 5 to get underway here with leadoff hitter, top of the order, Ronan Boyle. We'll see Darius Van Putten and then TJ St. Jean, the confirmed 3 here for Cornwall. Back on the mound for his 2nd consecutive, Lake Constantino, who, well, was very successful in the top of the 4th inning after he joined the ball game with no outs and inherited a couple runners, able to get out of it without allowing a single run. He gets a strike there and a swing down low. And it's an 0-2 lead. Boyle gonna battle to stay alive. Here's the pitch. And that's gonna get him in the back. And it'll get him a base as well. That was an 0-2 count in Constantino's favor, but Boyle will say thank you very much. Takes it like a champ. Kind of stretches it out. And it'll be a leadoff walk and a runner. There's Van Putten, who 0 for 2 with back-to-back strikeouts his first 2 times up. Toss down to first, an easy slide there for Boyle. Van Putten puts it in play, pulls it to the second baseman, easy scoop, and he'll get that out of the glove of the first baseman as he threw the tad too hard. And now we'll allow Boyle to extend the third. And so that could have been a routine play, bit too much mustard on it there from Caleb Sutherland.
Now batting number 60, TJ St. Jean.
St. Jean up to the bats. Runners on the go to second, no test. A ball on the outside on the first pitch. But listen, 9 runs the difference. Not out of it yet, though. Still got a chance, got to make work of this. St. John pulls this one to right field. 1 run scores. Getting the wave? Maybe. No. Van Putten is held at third base, but it's an RBI single for TJ St. John, and the River Rats make their tally 7.
Be smart here, Lakey.
Now batting number 9.
And there's Emmett Kreiderman. Pitched at least 3 innings in this game, and he'll face a reliever on the other team, and Constantino, runner down to second.
Hey, nobody else. Last night, you through there, you're tagging.
Kreiderman with a late decision there to swing. As he really waited to the last second there to pull the trigger, and when he did, it was just a tad too late. Fastball on the outside will miss. As Constantino getting into a bit of a rhythm here. Kreiderman. Nice play by Sutherland, sliding in there. Gets it to Carson in time. And after he made a bit of an error with a bit too fast of a throw moments ago, Sutherland makes up with it with a beautiful sliding play. But a run will score again for the River Rats and make it 15-8. That was a beauty from Caleb Sutherland. And first pitch on the outside for a ball on Warren Ellis. But just stops up, cradles it in the glove, does a 180, get back to his feet and tosses it in time. Ball 2 up high on the pitch from Constantino. Go down to third, sliding there in time. St. John trying to keep him on his toes. And it's ball 3. Full count in favor of Warren Ellis. Up 3. Constantino got to find the zone, and it's a 4-pitch walk to put runners in the corners.
At 35, Landon Bark.
Here's Landon Bark. So just moments of this game that the River Rats' offense has just ignited out of pretty much thin air. And this is one of those moments. We saw the same thing in the second. And sometimes it looks so stale, but right now, and throughout this game, it just like flips like a 180. And they got to take advantage of the times when they could find it. Bark will show bunt. Pulls away, takes the ball. Runner down to second. One over to Bark. That's strike 1. Pierces the bottom of the zone from Constantino. And so by the sounds of it, our 5 o'clock scheduled game between the Diamond and the Ottawa Twins will be delayed. Strike 2, the call at the plate, but due to the fact it's already 4:40 practically, and they still need to clean the field, teams need to take their infield. No updated time officially, but just wanted to make all the viewers aware if you're looking out for that game. Ball to the backstop. Here comes runner. It's a beneficial bounce on the fence. The tag.
Got him! Yes,
Got him! Fantastic from Lake Constantino and Josh Huynh as they combine to tag out the runner coming home.
Okay, take care of business right here. Come on.
And that will save a run. After that one got to the backstop. And it was a big bounce off the fence. It hit one of the metal bars. And when that happens, the catcher doesn't have to travel as far to get to the ball. And a swing and a miss as he leaned into it to send him back to the dugout. And there's 2 down as Constantino picks up the strikeout. And pardon me, that is out number 3 to end the top of the 5th as the River Rats find a pair but nothing more. Leave a runner stranded at third base. And it's 7 runs the difference as the Whitecaps have a chance to walk things off if they can score 3 due to the 10-run mercy rule. We'll see if they can do so when we return. Bottom 5 as we get back underway here in Kingston, leading things off, Nishan Dillon. Well, followed up by Evan Huynh, and then we'll go back to the top of the order to Lake Constantino, the confirmed 3 here. Back on the mound for a second consecutive inning, Ronan Boyle, who, well, the last one kind of slipped away from him and allowed 4 runs. And, well, if he had an inning like that again, that would be the ball game. 3 runs would do it for the mercy rule. Now one comebacker right to Boyle. Easy play, tossed to first in time, as Dillon didn't get much on that ball. And there's 1 down. And so at the bottom of the order with Evan Huynh. Strike 1, paints the outside. Boyle, who, as I mentioned, has been in many different positions this game. On 20 at base. Now on the mound. Took an awkward hit earlier in the game as well. And well, as you can tell, he's feeling pretty good. Back-to-back strikes against Huynh. And a chance to find the strikeout. First one of the bottom 5 for Boyle. 0-2. Ball upstairs. to call time midway through the action of the pitch. Didn't get it. We'll get it there. Just takes a moment. Now of the 1-2. That's a bouncer in the dirt, got away from him. And just like that, Evan Huynh gets back-to-back balls going his way. And move to 2-2. And that one gets him. Strike 3 looking on Evan Huynh as he delivered it right down the pipe with velocity to Ronan Boyle. And there's 2 down, nobody on. Chance to retire the side in order.
Constantino.
Task of getting out late. Constantino, the leadoff hitter. We'll see if he's up for it. First pitch pierces the outside corner for strike 1. And Boyle feeling himself here now. The 0-1. High chopper, looks to remain fair. Gotta go cross diamond and will miss it on the barehand attempt initially from Mateo Armstrong. And now will allow Constantino to get on base and keep the inning alive. And here's Logan Harvey. But 2 outs still benefits the River Rats, as now they can get it out on first or second. I'll test him at first. Easily back in time. Harvey, 2 singles and a ground ball. Throw to second, runner goes, strike call at the plate, and misthrown will allow Constantino to get to second base. No slide needed. There's the 0-1. Hunter's going to third as well, and that one skips out of the glove, making it easy for Constantino. It's like he's playing game balance in the air. Saying, hey, test me if you can. So he moves himself from one corner to the next. And we'll have a 2-1 pitch. And a good pick there from Terry Smith. Had to be careful as you think Constantino is coming home, and that one gets the backstop. 3-1. That's a ball, and gonna get stuck in a pickle here is Constantino in between home plate and third base. Trying to turn the pump fake. Will he get out of it? He turns to the second, and he is off the base path. And a home plate umpire is going to call it anyways, and then the third base umpire confirms it, and that will do it for the bottom of the fifth. Blake Constantino tries to get tricky, but now kind of stutters himself out of the base pad to end the inning. The Whitecaps get 1, but no more. And when we come back, the River Rats still in this ball game, down by only 7.
In the bottom of the 5th inning.
top of the 6th as we come back in Kingston. Long ball game here, already 2.5 hours in, and potential 2 more innings to play between these two. First pitch from Lake Constantino on the outside, as leading things off Ryder Merkley. Try to start things off successfully. Go swinging on that one, strike 1, unable to connect. Well, it may be a long game, but back and forth these two teams have gone. They've put up a collective 23 runs. As Merkley hammers this one to center field, fighting the sun as the center fielder, unable to make the grab. And he's looking for 2, but he'll get caught up in between the base bat. This could be dangerous. He'll run on back to first. And it's a long, long hit single for Ryder Merkley. And the third base coach says, quit watching your hit, you gotta run. And maybe, listen, that was a bomb. Don't get me wrong, but sometimes you just gotta put on the wheels and worry about watching it later. You can watch it right here on the broadcast when he's done after the game. Gets to second base nonetheless, though, after that pitch squeaks on by the catcher, so it would work out for him anyways. And there's Navarro Phillips up in the order. 1 for 2. He pulls this one in between first and second base for a base hit. And they still get him in time. A fantastic play there by Deshaun Dillon after Phillips hit perfectly. The right fielder able to cover the distance to the ball and beat Phillips to first base for the first out of the inning. Here's Mateo Armstrong. They'll test him back at third. Easy step back for Merkley. Had a walk earlier in the game. Sees ball 1 in the last pitch. Here's the pitch. Next pitch. It's ball 2 on the outside.
Pump to the glove. Strikes to the glove. Come on now.
2-0 from Constantino. High swing from Armstrong. Trying to make some contact. And it looked like a ball has spilled out of the bullpen, and it has. Bullpen being of the River Rats as they have a pitcher warming up. We'll see if they make an appearance in the bottom of the inning. Now we're just below the zone. That's a fantastic take from Armstrong. And it's 3-1. For a ball, we'll put runners in the corner.
Here we go, Lakey. Come on, bud. Pump strikes. Here we go, Mateo.
That's ball 4 for Mateo Armstrong. Second walk of the ball game. And there's 2 on. If both those cash in double digits, it means for the River Rats, and while still would have to cover 5, but it's a start. And there's Rory Cooper, 0 for 2 with a fielder's choice and a strikeout. And a balk has been called against Lake Constantino, and coming around with a smile is Ryder Merkley, as he'll put the River Rats on the board in the inning.
Strikes only here. Strikes only. Come on.
Thinking 15-9. Runner also goes to second. And we'll start off with a ball in the count for Cooper. And An early swing there as he's blown by it by the time he got to the plate. Will end up with a strike. Holds off, takes it down the pipe for strike 2. Constantino a chance to find his first strikeout here at the top 6. 1-2 pitch. Got him. Strike 3 swinging for the punch out. And there's 2 down. And here's Kieran Henry.
Number 19, Kieran Henry.
Recently for Cornwall.
Ready, Niche?
He goes first pitch swinging, and it's in the glove of the second baseman, Caleb Sutherland. Fast reaction time to end the top of the inning. Leave a runner stranded. The Riverettes get 1, but it's 15-9. Heading into the bottom of the 6th, with the Whitecaps an opportunity here to extend their lead even more. When we come back, more of the Intermediate Championships in Kingston. Bottom 6 as his game keeps going in Kingston. New pitcher at the mound for the Riverettes. As his first pitch swinging there for Logan Harvey. It's a blooper down into right field in no man's land. And it's a leadoff single ambush first pitch swinging for Harvey. Anyways, I was just saying, new pitcher to the game, Warren Ellis takes the bump. That's a third single in the ball game as well for Logan Harvey. 3 for 4. And there's Jackson Vale. Had a single earlier as well as a walk. First pitch from Ellis, whipped on the outside. There's the 1-0. Strike 1 on the outside. It'll go to 1-1. So Ellis, his team's still in it. trying to give them as close of a game as possible when we get to, if we get to a top of the 7th inning, that is. The Whitecaps still in mercy territory if they score 4 runs. Would call it as it's 10 after 6. As Vale pulls this one to left field, finding the sun no problem. Is the River Rats left fielder. That's Rory Cooper out there to make the grab. And we'll bring up Thomas Loeffler. 2 outs, 2 ground balls, a fielder's choice. As Ellis joins the ball game when we're at the top of the order as well. We're the heaviest of hitters, the ones that do a lot of damage. Mind you, the Whitecaps have a very deep lineup. They get power throughout the entirety, but their top half, as we've seen throughout their first 2 games, can generate at any time. Of the 0-1 to Loeffler. That side ball one will split the first 2. One, strike 2. As he freezes them up. And the chance here for a punch out. First one of the afternoon for Warren Ellis. Got to battle Loeffler. And he will. Chopper to the second baseman. Handled, tossed to first in time as Kreiderman will able to confirm it. They got a runner in between second and third. The tag is there. How about a double play? Took it out of it. As they're fired up, as I believe that was TJ St. John to end it, as Kreiderman and St. John to
In the bottom of the 6th inning, on
the
1
runners
hit,
now
no
paying
runs,
attention to
nobody
the
left on
attack
base.
to end the
The
6th.
score remains
Back is the
0-15,
potential
Cornwall 9.
of baseball top of the 7th in the River.
Pitch count for Ellis was 9 pitches.
Don't
9.
go anywhere. Top of the 7th inning in a game that has now hit the 2:45 mark. But man, it's been a good one. Lots of runs, lots of action. And the River Rats first pitch swinging ambush to the shortstop. Cross body fire to first in time. And Liam Bombardier will be sent back to the dugout almost immediately as he got there. So the River Rats down to their final 2 outs here. And they need 6 runs. Top of the order due up, Ronan Boyle, Darius Van Putten, and the 2 confirmed. We'll see if Boyle, who has a strikeout and a walk earlier in the game, can get something going. First pitch up high, ball 1. One-0 pitch. High up in the infield. And Mabel to make the crowd looked a bit of maybe questionable there, as Jackson Vale had to kind of extend his arm in order to confirm it, but he does get underneath of it. And there's 2 gone. And Darius Van Putten trying to keep things alive for the River Rats. They need 6 down to their final out. Back and forth. Both teams have found good runs. Contact on the first pitch, 5-3, and that's the ball game. 3 quick outs in the top of the 7th, and the Oakville Whitecaps remain undefeated through day 2 of the 2026 Eastern Canadian Intermediate Championships, while the River Rats drop down to 0-2 after their loss yesterday to Trois-Rivières. So 2 teams on different sides of the win column. For the Whitecaps, will have an opportunity to extend their win streak tomorrow. For Cornwall, they'll have a day off to regroup before they're back at it on Saturday. One more game today. It's going to be very delayed. They should have already been, first pitch should have been going already. It was expected and scheduled for 5 o'clock. I'm expecting that one to get around 6. As always, we'll have it here on the Kingston Baseball Association YouTube channel. So remember, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the action, as we're live here all week long. Our final game is tonight at, as I mentioned, 6 o'clock against a team we haven't seen yet. The Ottawa West Twins make their debut in the tournament, and they face off against a team that is 1-0 in the Diamond. That will do it for Game 2. For producer Rias Hennessy, I've been Jacob Ewing. One more time, the Oakville Whitecaps win it 15-9, the final score over the Cornwall River Rats.